Quickly, I want to talk about the reticular activating system survival and finding gratitude in that. So, the reticular activating system is part of the brain that helps us to process information. And it helps us a lot of times with survival. Um, I've truly trained mine to be able to help me to find more moments of gratitude or things I'm thankful for. And so, but a lot of people live in a state where, because they've experienced so much pain or so much poverty or hardship, that what happens is that the brain then scans and only sees negatives in situations. As a therapist, it's constantly hearing people in that state, and it's trying to help everyone reframe that process and help retrain yourself to see moments of gratitude. And when we do that, a lot of really, really good things can happen in our life, tons of blessings. And or even when situations can be harder, you can find the small moments of goodness in them. I like this silly little story I tell my kids all the time. And so there's this man, and he's running in a forest, and he's running through this forest. Then he all of a sudden comes in front of a tiger, and the tiger chases him, and as he runs to a cliff, and he slips, and he about to fall off, and he falls off. When he slips and falls off, he grabs a root. When he looks up, there's a tiger above him, and then he looks down below, and there's another tiger below him. And in that process, as he's holding this root, he sees some mice running on the root. And then what happens is that the root drops down some dirt and hits his face. And he looks over and he sees some bees, and the bees are right there. And when he sees the bees, he looks and sees the beehive. He takes his hand, he puts his hand in, he grabs some honey, he eats it, and he tastes it, and the honey tastes sweet. So in the midst of life's chaos, a lot of times we can help find something good in the midst of the chaos, or the two tigers. Another way the reticular activating system works, or a silly metaphor, is Jenny has low self-esteem, doesn't value herself, doesn't believe in herself. And she has a friend named Tiffany who values herself and believes in herself, and they're both friends, and they're going to a party. When they go to the party, Jenny, because she doesn't value herself and doesn't like parties, she experienced a lot of doubt the whole way, doesn't really want to go, but goes. She goes straight into the bathroom when she gets there to regulate herself and to calm down. Once that process happens, she gets in there. Well, what happens is then she gets out. Let me pause. So Tiffany, she gets in where the party is. The party is, there's a bunch of people, and they're laughing, and they're talking. There's some desserts and cakes, and they're all sitting there looking. It's looking towards the bathroom. They're not actually, it looks towards the bathroom. So then now, let's go back, as Jenny comes out of the bathroom, and she sees everyone laughing and looking in her direction. So what happens there is that her brain then in that moment says, what? They are looking at me and laughing. I knew I shouldn't have came. This was such a horrible idea. Well, what is that? That is the reticular activating system filtering information to make the mind create automatic negative thoughts around survival. And it impacts and puts us into a really low survival state, and we're focusing on negative things in those moments, and it really impacts us negatively. So something we can do in that is just help change our belief system, but also help recognizing the negative thoughts we're having in the moment. We can help try and help ourselves to navigate through that situation. Another way that this could happen as well, let's see here, is that you go to a car lot and you want to buy a Mustang. But when you go to the Mustang, what happens is that you, the person there, the dealer, they say, hey, we have Jeeps for sale, you want to try them? You test drive it. When you test drive the Jeep, what happens? You like it, but you don't know if you really want it. So then you leave. You say, let me think about it. A week goes by, and all week you keep seeing Jeeps everywhere. A lot of times people will think that this is a sign from God. It's not a sign from God. It's your reticular activating system being more aware of something in your field or in your sight than you were before. And it's the same thing. So we can do the same thing though with other things. Let's, for example, say another one be you're at home and you can't find your charger, and you say, I can't find the charger, I can't find the charger. And a lot of times another person will be, oh, I know where it is. And then they go and they look and they don't know where it is, but then because they knew where it was, they're able to find it and see it. And I've tricked my brain tons of times. I know this is around here. Where is it? I know I can find it. And then I find it. And so wherever it is. And so it's helping yourself in that moment. We can do the same thing with gratitude. We can do the same thing with thankfulness, and helping ourselves to feel grateful in moments when moments are harder. And this radically changes how you feel in moments. It changes how and what you attract into your field. It changes how you perceive reality. And there's a lot of situations that are bad that now can become better. And so I want you to notice this and try and pay attention to it in your life. And I'll go a little bit deeper next time.